Hello and welcome to the daily newscast within the United Countries special by First Ukraine. You can find us at the frequencies available at our website firstua.com. I'm Sergey Velichanskiy and thank you for joining us. As the chief military procurator Anatoly Matyos reports, the soldiers of the Tornado Troop have locked themselves inside of a public school in Lugansk region and are ready to use weapons. He said that in order to unarm the combat company, they have sent police authorities and the National Guard representative. Matyos also says that the surrounding school territory has been mined and the soldiers refuse to let the investigation group in. The chief military procurator confirms in the case of an armed resistance, the weapons will be used.
On this moment, acting commander is Mykola Tsukur. Here's a big amount of weapons and more than 70 people who are not the police staff.
Prior to this, the military procurator's office has detained 8 soldiers of the combat company, including the detachment commander Ruslan Anishchenko. They are accused of people kidnapping, murders, rapes and tortures.
Tornado Battalion will be disbanded, it was reported by Minister of Internal Affairs Arsen Avakov. Today I have signed the order about disbanding of Tornado Battalion. The investigation is begun under the control of department commander. Every person will be interrogated and every person will be accused or not, and somebody will continue the service or not. This is the normal process. Soldiers are accused in illegal capturing of people and torturing them. According to investigation data, since March to April, they kidnapped and tortured at least 10 residents of Lugansk region. On the eve, 8 soldiers of Tornado Battalion had been captured. They were led by Commander of Battalion Ruslan Anishchenko. Moreover, they accused in raping in cruel form. It was said by military prosecutor Anatoly Matyos. According to him, soldiers fixed all this on their phones. Special equipment for violence were found in the basement of Velichanskiy school. People were illegally kept in this room and were hit. Human psychology and psychic. If you only see these pictures, it is difficult to imagine. Arsen Avakov appeals to locals. If somebody wants to confess, he should go to Stanitsa Luganska and ask locals about behavior of police from Tornado Battalion. Soldiers themselves say that they tortured nobody. Those who are interested with this can go to Stanitsa Luganska and see and ask people what we did, because this is comment of Kondrashovka Secure. We got the order to secure the district, and you should understand that this is war. Yes, we broke the doors, somebody tried to resist, but then we had no any pretensions from the side of commandment. Soldiers of Tornado Battalion connect the arrest with delaying of the train on Tuesday. It moved to Avdiivka Tirmoni part. They said that the transferred contraband cast iron and sabotage group. Next week, soldiers were arrested by their commander and who was in Dnipropetrovsk. It was the contraband of Lugansk legal authority of governor and head of the Internal Affairs department. This question is still open and media said a lot about this. The staff of battalion commander was detained because now the combatant is in hospital. Acting commander is Nikolai Tsukur. He detained the column, and I think that everything happens because of this. Before the information about liquidation of battalion becomes known, head of Lugansk region Gennady Moskal appealed to military reinforcement to disband the battalion and withdraw it from the region. According to him, soldiers did not fight but were bandits. The Tornado battalion had been created in the autumn 2014. Yulia Mikhailova, Victoria Zabian, First Ukraine.
The parliament has given consent to exempt Valentin Nalyvaichenko from fulfilling duties as a head of security service of Ukraine. 248 members of parliament gave their votes to support president's suggestion. Pavlo Tyrsky knows more of who and why they voted in favor.
Meeting of Parliament starts an hour later than usual because of consultations of faction leaders of the parliamentary coalition. The question of releasing Valentin Nalyvaichenko was decided within 3 minutes. 248 yes votes. That's enough to satisfy the submission of President on the withdrawal of Nalyvaichenko from the position of the head of Security Service of Ukraine. Among the faction did not support this decision is Radical Party. Its leader Oleg Lyashko says that the party wanted to hear report on Nalyvaichenko first and then decide, and also they do not understand the desire of Petro Poroshenko to release the head of Security Service. I don't know. It is necessary to ask the President. We asked him, and unfortunately we didn't hear arguments that would convince us. The most votes for withdrawing Nalyvaichenko were given by Poroshenko's bloc, although some deputies from the party were against of such decision. Mustafa Nayyem explains that the crucial point in determining the position of the faction was the last meeting with the president. The president wasn't satisfied with the level of investigations of corruption and high-profile cases by the security service. The second reason, that he had offered to Nalyvaichenko a specific position of intelligence service chairman, so he agreed, and after that came up such a situation. Coalition partner, the People's Front, also supported the change of the head of the security service. I cannot say that Nalyvaichenko was the perfect leader of such a power institution, but no one there was perfect. On the other hand, if the president has such power as the head of the state to build state's defense policy, security policy, he had the right to do it. In Yulia's Tymoshenko Batkivshina, 13 votes for were given out of 16, and then they say that Nalyvaichenko wasn't against his release and even asked deputies to withdraw himself. My personal inner conviction is that if there wasn't appeal of Valentin Nalyvaichenko, the vote in parliament could be different. 0 votes for the resignation of Nalyvaichenko gave the opposition bloc. We are alien to this feast of life. Mikhail Popiev said that the opposition wasn't invited to discuss the release of Nalyvaichenko. We have a coalition today in parliament, so they should decide, and they did. Today in Parliament, await the submission for the President on the head of the security service. Regardless of the name of candidate for the post, deputies want to hold the conversation with Poroshenko in the hall before the vote. Pavlo Tyrsky, Andriy Skorik, Vadim Timofeyev, Olga Tkachenko, First Ukraine.
President Petro Poroshenko has appointed Vasyl Gritsak as an interim officer in charge. The president introduced a new head to the staff after lunch and explained personnel changes in the organization.
Having the other information, including unsatisfaction of situation with corruption, fight with contraband, and also crossing the dividing line in the ATO zone, corruption at the state enterprises, investigation of cases, I made a decision to use my constitutional right to renew the security service leadership.
Final preparations are going on for the Ethno Festival Country of Dreams. It will take place in the upcoming weekends at the Pirogova Open Air Museum. Some of the museum staff workers had protested against the events near the expositions and had accused the director of corruption. Alessia Varlamova finds out what are the security measures and the director's responses.
This is the setting of Ethno-Jazz stage. Works and the other 2 are being continued. Today the communications will be established and locations will be decorated. Then fire inspection will provide their check. These houses and meals are in 100 meters from the main stage. According to fire rules, the bonfire couldn't be made closer than in 50 meters the wooden construction. To avoid this, firemen and security work here. There are some risks in case of fire setting and damaging of museum exhibit items. All details are defined in the treaty with museum. 100% compensation taking into account losses and 10% money penalty from the price. The festival itself in Pirogova cost to organize 3 million hryvnias. This sum foresees the rent, payment for electricity, water and even damaged gross. Director of the museum said that it had got money transparently through the state treasury, and despite the discontent of the museum workers, festival will happen. There are some problems, but we should go ahead. Besides masterpieces, there are literature reading and concerts and singings in the program. Also, balloons will be led to the sky, dozens of them. This one is the biggest. The weight of construction is near 300 kilograms. We will stretch it between 2 balloons and will rise it on 50 or 70 meters, and then we will show how it is beautiful. If there will be a right wind, we will just stand. Near 40,000 of visitors are plans to be seen here. 150 guards will work during the festival, and Dnipro battalion soldiers. It is forbidden to drink alcohol, organizers say, but they did not see any emergency situations for 12 years of the festival. Alessia Varlamova, Alexei Trushin, Victoria Zabian, First Ukraine.
On the bicycle to work. Nearly 500,000 Kievites have gathered on the Independence Square, and they all have arrived on 2-wheelers. The participants say that it's much faster, much more comfortable and good for ecology to travel across the city, but it's not always safe. Our journalist Lyudmila Panasiuk has joined the movement.
Riding a bicycle since 3 years old and now is almost 60. Anatoly Kulakov got a loan to support the campaign on a bicycle to work, but says his entire family are the supporters of cycling. Spanning bicycles on the car, going somewhere, taking them down, leaving the car and starting the ride all together. It strengthens the family. Today at work, by 2 wheels, got the Environment Minister Igor Shevchenko. He admits that for him this kind of movement in working time is not too convenient. I had to move around the city a lot, and there is no time, for example, if I had to get to the cabinet of ministers quickly. But I plan to use the bicycle more in order to get to work. The organizers, the Association of Cyclists of Kyiv and Ecocenter, say that such an event is second during last year and is held to stress that cyclists are equal road users. However, they do not emphasize the equipment of the cycle paths because there are more significant problems such as general condition of roads and mutual respect of road users. Now, the main problem, which emphasizes people who are just starting to ride a bicycle, is security. And that includes the quality of roads, vehicle speed, and so on. That needs to be done right now, because the quality of life deteriorates, the cost of living increases, and bicycle is a very cheap way to move around the city. Cyclists come from all areas of the capital city and arrange a joint breakfast on the street. People who pass by say that they would be happy to transfer to two-wheel transport, but it's not yet the option. With great pleasure, but it is impossible. I am going from far. I'm a little afraid to ride here. I'd rather ride near summer cottage on the fresh air. I recently came here and I don't have a bicycle yet. All these people today went by bicycle to work. Their morning began not with the Russian public transport, but with movement and fresh air. Людмила Панасюк, Микола Чеботарьов, Ольга Ткаченко, First Ukraine.
This is the golden day for the Ukrainian team at European Games. Yesterday, our sportsmen won 2 highest awards. At first, our men's team of archers overcame Italy, Netherlands and Spain in the finals. In their sports gymnastics, in the category of multi-discipline competition, Oleg Vernyayev had no competitors equal to him. Let's keep our fingers crossed as we support our team. It was the United Country Newscast by First Ukraine. You can find more details at our website, firstua.com. Sergey Velichanskiy was working for you in the studio. We wish you only good news. Take care and goodbye.